Hey everyone, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Feliz Navidad, Jaime and Fuego here.
That's right, you guys. He says Feliz Navidad because it is Christmas up in this horror show biz, or at least almost there. We are actually releasing this review on December, what is it, 5th? Something
I believe
like
it's
that?
going to be the 4th, 5th/6th weekend, man. And we have our first Christmas film of the season.
Christmas
and it's
horror film.
Terrific.
Absolutely. Well, if you could call it that. It is a PG-13 horror movie, but this week and this holiday season, we are going to be talking about Krampus. So let's get into it, Jaime. Let's do it in the good old Fuego-tainment style. So let's start with what we liked about this movie. What is the bueno for Krampus here?
Yeah, so anytime it's in Fuego-tainment, which always crosses the streams with the horror show, my friends, mi amigos, we do the bueno, the malo, and the feo. So a little good, a little bad, and a little ugly. And man, there was a little bit of everything in this particular installment. First and foremost, it's a PG-13 film, and we will wait until the bad and the ugly for that. But you know what? Visually, I thought the actual look of the Krampus character, even though you didn't see him until later on in installments, like the whole look of the film. It's Michael Dougherty directing this. He did Trick or Treat,
which we love
film,
here at the horror show.
Yeah,
of course.
we actually did just last year a special presentation, like a rewind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Check out that review. We have both a spoiler and a non-spoiler of the review of the movie Trick or Treat. And this one, Jaime and I, of course, were super excited for two reasons. One, the fact that it is Michael Dougherty doing another horror flick. Again, we love Trick or Treat. But two,
it's only a second movie.
Only a second movie. But two, the second reason we were super excited about this is it is a big creature movie.
Yeah.
Now let's get into it. The one of the first things I liked about this movie, piggybacking on what you said, is the look of the movie.
Yeah.
The movie looked fantastic. You could tell that they had a budget. They had a
success from Trick or Treat. You know, that's where they're like, Dougherty, let's make more of a mainstream movie. And honestly, that's what they did. For
they
this.
definitely did for
better
this.
or for worse.
Absolutely. Now there was a great production design with the house that they were largely in most of the time. The street, the snow-covered street, the abandoned street, you could say, was really creepy. I thought they did a great job of making a typical Christmas locale be quite ominous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You took the O word right out of my mouth, my friend. There was like a mad ominousness to the entire proceedings, but well, I'm not going to divulge more because I was hoping for more ominousness, but let's continue on the positives.
Let's continue on the positive.
Yeah.
The second thing I liked was the humor in the movie. Now, a lot of people saw the trailer for Krampus and were like, it's too funny. It's not going to be scary. And the trailer, starts off funny and then segues into scary. It does a turn in the middle of the trailer, which any good movie has a turn in the middle of the movie. So the fact that the trailer had a turn in it made me excited. Of course, we're filming this on location, so forgive any background noises, you guys, but this movie did a good job of skirting the line between scary and funny. And with,
I must admit, man, I thought there was going to be more laughs than scares, and it ended up playing it pretty seriously.
It skirted that line pretty well.
Yeah.
David Koechner of longtime comedy fame. He's been an Anchorman. He was in The Office. He's been in tons of different things. And then Adam Scott, of course.
He was in Waiting, which was so funny.
Yep, David Koechner was in that as well. But Adam Scott has has a lot going for him. He was just most recently in the Ben Stiller movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
He's like the main character, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's been in a lot of different things, but he carries both comedy and a little bit of suspense. And this movie had a little bit of both. Now, the whole idea of the fact is that this family has extended family over for Christmas, and the
not
kids...
the most accompanying, welcoming family.
No, it's very Christmas Vacation in that it's like a Randy Quaid type family where they're a little bit over the top, a little too much.
We got to deal with these people.
Exactly. We have an ornery aunt who actually ended up being pretty entertaining throughout the movie.
Yeah, she was actually one of the best characters, I gotta say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, so it's a whole, how does family deal with each other during not only Christmas, but during a Krampus crisis.
Yeah, dire circumstances. It's almost like, hey, you guys are family, you don't like each other so much, how are you going to pull together and deal with dire circumstances in comparison?
Exactly. So overall, the story wasn't bad. It was an interesting setup. The characters were fun enough to watch, and it was a little bit stereotypical as far as the whole Christmas dynamic. Half the family doesn't like the other half of the family, and what do they do as a result? True, but we have not seen the shadow of Saint Nicholas descend upon all proceedings. So that's what happens in this movie.
Like a Euro thing, because just to give you guys some info, in European countries, it's not all about if you just don't love Santa, you're gonna get coal or whatever.
It's not coal in the stocking.
Oh
no.
yes, there's something much worse.
If you're bad in European countries, i.e. Germany and other such countries that have Krampus as a legend, instead of coal in your stocking, if your kids are bad, Krampus will show up as the anti-Santa Claus and literally take your kids.
Yeah.
What happens from there, we don't really know. Some people suppose that Krampus eats the kids. Some people suppose that Krampus enslaves the kids. Some people suppose
turns them into
that
weird little elves,
turns them into little elves,
you
exactly, or little, very much germ spider inspired creepy teddy bears. Shout out to Jeremy Spicer, because as soon as I saw this creepy sharp-toothed teddy bear, I could not help but think of Germ Spider Designs. Check it out if you have it on Facebook. But
you're a dude, Jeremy. We love you.
Exactly. But Krampus had a lot of little helpers that were scary that I assume stolen kids turn into. So
possibly.
Let's move into the Malo, Jaime. What was some of the Malo for you? Some of the bad of Krampus?
You know, Malo, I can't help but say I wanted real carnage. You know, I wanted some serious scares as opposed to characters like going under cars and disappearing and stuff
Getting
like
sucked
that.
into snow drifts.
Yeah, exactly right. Which we saw later on in the film. I wanted something just really grisly. I'm bloodthirsty. I'm sorry.
No,
that's just the way that I am when it comes to
horror films. We're on a horror show,
of
course. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
However, you also have to bear in mind that Krampus is a PG-13 horror movie, which has
it's
been
something that I told Cecil because you know what? I didn't realize until the 11th hour that this was a PG-13
I didn't
film.
either.
Yeah.
We always hold out hope in a horror show that it's going to be extreme. Every horror movie is going to have that R rating to mess around with. This one, unfortunately, did have the PG-13, but you got to admit, they're trying to get that broader audience, and I think a lot of people are going to go to see this Krampus movie.
We actually saw a lot of younger kids in this theater with parents, and granted, we saw this on a Thursday night preview screening.
7 o'clock preview screening, because that's how much we love you guys at the horror show audience. Plus, we really wanted to see the movie.
Indeed, we were very stoked about this one, and if the kids like it, and if the parents are dragging them to see it, I guess, mission accomplished. God almighty, man,
I could see more
scary.
Krampus coming in the future if this does well enough.
I think so too, but I can't help but think, my friend, that I would have wanted to see some real, just Krampus carnage.
It was a little bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Krampus should be able to slice and dice, and his followers, or his little elves, as it were, should be able to, go to some extreme lengths to recruit for future Christmases. And we didn't get to see that as a result, unfortunately, of the PG-13 rating. But having gone into the movie knowing that was going to be the case, I tried not to let it affect my viewership.
It wasn't terrible though, I mean, there were lots of tropes and lots of stereotypes, like you mentioned, so I suppose that would be some of the, malos and some of the expected bad aspects of the film, but, all in all, it was not all terrible,
No, it wasn't. It was what it could be in a PG-13 movie. And again, the acting helped elevate it a little bit.
And a good cast actually portraying that acting really helps.
I don't know the names of everyone. Like I said, I know Adam Scott, I know David Koechner. I know David Koechner's wife was played by the girl that was in the first season of Fargo, who was outstanding in it. And Adam Scott's wife, again, I apologize for not knowing the name, but she was awesome. She was that very grounded mother character, where are my kids? Let's watch over everyone, that sort of thing. But yeah, ultimately it did sort of fall short in some of the typical, unfortunately it fell short in some of the typical Christmas movie tropes, more so than the horror movie tropes. I think I'm going to use that to segue into my Feo. And my Feo is that it became more of a Christmas movie, a typical Christmas movie by the end of the flick than a typical horror movie. It had very much the typical Christmas ending, without revealing too much. Exactly.
There is some spoilerific.
There is a little bit of a twist towards the end, but
slight bit of redemption, at least for me.
I agree. I was worried it was going to be too Scrooged of an ending, too much of a go buy me a Christmas goose, kind of thing.
And the entire film kind of seems like a dream sequence of sorts at times, and so that's not really going to divulge too much. So
it's not.
What is real? What is not? You have to watch and see.
But piggybacking on that, though, Though I must say,
and that is Fuego.
they did use, and I'm going to lean back to a bueno on this one. One of the good aspects of the movie is they used Christmas carols in a very unnerving way. When there was a chase sequence and an attack sequence, they were using Silent Night.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
I think Silent Night is already a very
as people
scary.
are getting yanked away and destroyed. I'm like,
torn into
that's
the
a
snow
really
and stuff.
good juxtaposition to use a movie or a song like Silent Night and utilize it to foster terror as people are getting yanked away from their kids right in front of their eyes.
Yeah, it's actually very Fuego to have a song that is soothing as far as the Christmas spirit goes. To
Fuego
be,
in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. But to just be sheer terror that it inevitably kind of heralds. So there you go. Hark the herald terror saying.
Absolutely. So, ultimately with this movie, I'm going to have to say it didn't deliver quite on the level I was hoping for, but...
Are there any other scary movies in theaters this Christmas season? I don't think so.
Not really. So I kind of enjoyed what we got to see. I mean, it was a cool, creature Christmas movie. And as Jaime said, when you got to see Krampus,
the creature looked
it was
good.
unnerving.
He was ugly good. He looked just
Here's the
disgusting,
thing. One of my gripes with the movie is that you didn't really get to see the creature in proper. You saw the creature, and you saw the sort of external visage that he was giving to people, which was really creepy, and I don't want to ruin what it is.
Yeah, we don't
but
want to
when
tell
you see Krampus in his facial glory, he's hiding behind something that is really unnerving when you really look at it as far as being a Christmas fan goes.
Yeah, we're talking horns protruding way better than the recent Batman v Superman trailer.
Yeah, not only that, but the fact that, we didn't see the creature Krampus. So if you go into it expecting to see Krampus's full-on creature glory,
maybe
you don't necessarily see it. There's some other Krampus movies out there. I don't want to plug them because honestly, they're probably not worth your time. But
and how about Kevin Smith saying he was going to originally make that?
He was going to make Anti-Claus with Andy McElfresh. Not sure what's going on there.
I'm assuming it's permanently on hold.
Probably permanently on hold. But nonetheless, even though you didn't get to see Krampus in his full creature-ish glory, you did get to see how he shows himself to the humans, and it is definitely
and his minions
unnerving.
Looked great. That was actually one of the best bueno feos of the entire film, is that they looked like they should have been in an R-rated movie. Even
I agree. I agree. And if you saw the trailer
even
and
if
you
they
saw...
didn't do what I was hoping an R-rated monster would do,
but if you saw the trailer, at the end of the trailer, there's this clown character that's mouth opens up like a predator, which I'm sure Jaime is going to show you the little clip of right now. But that creature is not entirely what you anticipate it to be. When you finally saw what it was in total, I was like, ooh, that's way creepier than I thought, even from the trailer. So this
visually,
movie,
it was good.
Yeah, it was successful.
Bueno,
they created some really creepy characters that did a good job in conveying the creepiness. I don't want to overuse the word creepy, but the characters were creepy in this movie.
But suspense, cliches, some of the storytelling, I mean, that's where it kind of fell short. But, cannot be perfect, and unfortunately cannot be that dreadful with the PG-13, but still entertaining. And hell, if it's your only option during this holiday season in 2015, we highly recommend you see it, because it's Michael Dougherty, goddammit. I mean, come on, man.
Absolutely. Keep your eyes out for Trick or Treat 2. He's in the pre-production stages on it, but if you want to go see a cool creature, granted PG-13 horror movie this Christmas season, Krampus is where it's at. Go check it out, you guys.
There's also a comic book, Krampus.
There is indeed. So you can seek that out as well. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for our in-theater review of Krampus.
Here at Harkins Theaters, we love Harkins Theaters, and that's why we always love to emblazon their logo, because we think that is the best place in all of Arizona to actually see a film.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for watching, you guys. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias. I've been Jaime Fuego.
And until next time, remember, stay scared. Krampus, 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 Krampus. Night.